today's project is for Tristan Jarry for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Lucky that I've got to do a few masks for him over the last few years. A lot of fun cartoony themes and styles with Tom and Jerry. So today is the design I'll show before we start paint. And he's going to get two done like he always does, but this year we're going to do a light and a dark. So he's going to do kind of a home and away set. So the only difference is just one's night sky and one's just all more white base to go with his away and his home. And as you can see, it's kind of a sea fisherman, charter fisherman kind of design with the happy mouse catching a fish in the ocean on his nice boat. And then Tom's always getting into trouble, so he's in kind of an old rickety wooden boat catching octopus, and I think he kind of caught too much that he can handle, so there's a big octopus kind of grumpy looking back at him. It'll be fun, and it's a real challenge kind of mask to do, but I'm excited for the challenge, and yeah, it's going to be real fun. So we'll get to the next step. So Tristan's mask, after the design, it's not quite ready for paint yet, but it is in-house, and we'll go take a look. Josh is working on it. Josh is sanding away. So what are we doing here, Josh?
So just sanding the helmet here, getting it ready. Next step is primer coat.
Awesome. Okay, maybe we'll show a little bit of that too. Josh all set up to paint or manufacture an illegal substance? Let's find out. So here we go. We are started on Jarry's mask painting. I've got the chin done, and the Jarry on the chin, and I did the same kind of look on the chin that I'm doing right now. I'm just putting a little bit of kind of some wood grain texture, just freehand airbrush. It kind of gives it a pretty natural look of just going in with a kind of a watered, reduced down black, and I got a little bit of a kind of watered down brown mixed with, so it kind of has a bit of a sepia tone, but again, it's watered down, so it goes in pretty light, so it'll be just subtle. And I did another wood grain. I've done wood grain on I think it's Farm one, and the Cowboy one kind of had a mix of wood grain and some kind of paper rolled up. I just thought wood grain works really well with like a wooden boat, and to be honest, it's a cool effect that I've done on his masks a couple times, and it looks really good. So I kind of don't, if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of deal. So I thought it looks really cool. I still got to do a little fish hook kind of coming through his top of his head, and then the thing coming out. I'll do that after. But yeah, we got a good start on Jarry. So I usually like to get the chin and the logo on top done, because they're usually in front of the cartoon characters. Get those over with, cover them up, and then I start on the cartoon characters. So that should be the next process. And I'll probably show a little bit of that as I get some progress on it. But there's a start of it there. Almost done this top logo. So just wrapping up the Tom side. And like I always do at the end, I'm going in and just kind of cleaning up some of the lines just with a hand, small hand brush. just to make certain things pop, and I usually go in with black just to kind of thicken up and make things a bit more bold that need to be. Some of the lines are kind of thinner, some of them are bolder, to kind of give that outside cartoony kind of bold line, and then I go in with white highlights and kind of complement and make things pop and give it that kind of cartoony little sheen on the edges. So this side's almost done. I left all the water on the bottom. I'm going to tackle that at the end. So I'm going to mask this all off and then do all the background. So kind of the last bit will be all the depth of the waves and the water along the chin that goes behind the Jarry. So that's a good side almost finished up, and we'll go on to the Jarry side. So it has been a couple weeks. I actually got out Jarry's black mask, and now I'm almost finished up the white one. So we've got the side of Tom with octopus, and I'm using his old mask for my placement and reference, and his new design, of course, but just so things line up. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. But again, it's going to be the white version, not the black version. So this side's almost wrapped up. I'm just doing the water, and it's got to do the Jarry and the top, and then I've got to do more on this side with all this bottom and the fish and the water. So maybe I'll show a bit of that, and then I'll kind of go a little bit of an overview of what the design's all about and how we came up with it. And yeah, so we are, I think we're about 3 weeks since the last one. I had to get a bunch of other masks out. Just crazy part of the season. It is just coming on mid-October. So yeah, there's been a lot from the last mask, the black one that you last seen, to this. But that's the fun of the busy season. So should be wrapping this one up pretty quick, and we'll show a bit more. So here we go. I am picking away at the other side. Just kind of building the water, lifting off some of the stencils and building it. And I actually, from last video, I pulled up what we ended on the previous mask, and I realized I missed kind of the whole end of the last mask, which is probably a little confusing on this video. So this is Jarry's second mask, and it has more of a white top base to it. And I think where I left off on the one before, I didn't even have any black base on it, so you can't really tell the difference. But it has been a few weeks, and we have done a lot of masks since then, and I'm kind of back in the second rotation of everyone's second mask. So I kind of needed to get everyone's first mask out the door and all that stuff. And now we're kind of on the second masks for the goalies. So if that clears up anything, but I'll show off a good video of both of them. Maybe at the end, so you can kind of get an idea of what they both look like and the differences between them. And it's been a fun project. Every year it's always fun. And I've already seen the mask, the previous mask on TV, and it looks great on TV and all that stuff. So that's always exciting, and he should have this one in probably about a week or so. So he'll be probably wearing this one for more of his away games for the white base, and then the black one that I'm talking about before for the As you can see here, I'm just blocking in just kind of different. I'm using my shield, and I'm just blocking in different kind of scoops and shapes, and I'm looking back at kind of the design that I did for him previously and making sure that the way I'm shading it is similar. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. It can be close, but not exact, because this one's not an exact replica. It's the white version, so it has a little bit more free range that it can be a little different, but still, you know, the same design. Only thing different I'm doing on this one is on the black one, the water at the bottom was really dark. I'm gonna go dark on this one too, but not quite as dark, just so it doesn't have that dark kind of black base to it. It's gonna have more of a gray tone. I still want it to be dark-ish because water needs to be a little bit of a darkness for depth and movement. Kind of has that Japanese water wind bar kind of water style to it. So we are real close on this one. We will be doing the logos next and the Jarry on the chin, and that's pretty much it. So, but you can see I put in all these little swoops, and they just add really cool water movement to everything. It's subtle, but it's all to do with movement and water, and very tattoo-esque. That's where I kind of stole the idea from, because I tattoo and I do a lot of this kind of movement with water. Cool. Well, I think I caught you up on this side a bit. We'll maybe catch up just a little bit more. So here it is, all finished up. Just finished up with the FD on the back and just a little bit of the final details. So there it is, Jarry number 2. So I'll do a quick little video of just explaining the design process, and that's it. So it's off to Pro's Choice for foam, and then it gets sent to him. Here is the finished version of both of these masks. Really fun, like always. I explain that's cartoony and can have a story and a lot of like cool airbrush tricks always. And how we usually come up with these paint jobs are Tristan usually just shoots me a text and asks what's up for this year and what should we do. And for the last couple of years, I've been just throwing him kind of a handful of ideas, and there's probably still some ideas that I give him that we haven't pulled the trigger on. So, you know, usually kind of blue collar, trade type things, like fisherman or mechanic or something like that. And I put in kind of like a charter fisherman on the list, and he right away thought that was going to be a pretty fun idea. So we just ran with it, and he usually lets me come up with the story and what they're doing. He always wants the mouse to be doing something with his goalie stick, so that's what I made the fishing line and him pulling up a fish, and he's always happy, and he's the one things are going good for. The one thing I had fun tying in is this kind of Japanese style water. It's kind of a tattooy looking style water. So that was fun. It just gives movement, and it just kind of adds one more kind of element and depth to it. I thought it was a nice little touch. So the other side with the cat, I was having a bit of a hard time. I was actually going to make maybe a shark eating him, or I had a couple things, and I was actually struggling for that design, and I don't know why I thought it was an octopus. I'm usually just doing research and stumbling across some images, and I go, oh, maybe an octopus would be cool, and making it look like he got into a bit of trouble catching something a lot bigger than his teeny little dinghy boat. So that was how we came up with that, and I just threw them all together on my design and sent him, and sometimes he has revised to be like, change this or take this out, and he was stoked. He said, yeah, that looks awesome. He liked the vibe of it, and right away he he said, yeah, let's go for it. So a couple other little touches I added in there. There's like a hook on top of the logo. Really subtle, but it looks like there's kind of a fishing hook tied into the top of the logo, you can see here. I always do little kind of Penguins logos faded in the back. When you get up close, you can see those. Yeah, there's always really fun things that I add to this mask, especially when you get up close. You can see little details. There's little sparkle kind of logos in there. Really fun.